Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. That was a weird intro, I don't know why I did it like that, but whatever. We are going to do a 3 looks 1 palette using the beautiful Bperfect Carnival 3 palette Love Tahiti from Stacey Marie and Bperfect. That's a long title, I don't know if that's the full title, but hey ho, that's it there. Our colours in this are beyond anything, like they're so beautiful and bright and fun. It's just a happy palette, like look at it, look how happy that is. It's just a happy palette, it makes me happy. The colours are beautiful. If you don't have a lot of colour in your collection, this is a great palette to have because it's got a little bit of everything in it. I wanted to try and utilise as many colours as I could. I think there's 40 or 42 shades in this palette. It's huge, I have to kind of move myself out of the way. It's impossible for me in 3, technically 4 if you include my first impressions, to use every single shade in this palette in a look. So I tried my best, tried to pick as many as I could for each look to still have a cohesive look. This is our first look, by the way. And just have nice fun pops. There is neutrals if you do want them, but still, and you can make other colours neutral if you wanted to as well, or wear them a bit more neutral or natural. But I mean, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to play with all the really bright colours, pick out the brightest ones, and that's the ones I want to use. So yeah, this is the first look. I'm so excited for it. I love how this turned out. I feel like a summer drink. I don't know why. I just feel like I might have one. I might make myself one or something, or go buy one. I don't know. So yeah, this is the first look. If you want to see any up close pictures of this look, then my Instagram is linked down below. I always post sometime after the video goes live, could be the week later or something like that, that I post the pictures. I always do up close eye pictures and full face pictures so you can see all the details. Also hit subscribe down below to see many more palettes. I have many more first impressions come up. I've recently just bought 2 that I shouldn't have, but I did. I also have many 3 looks 1 palettes planned out, more fun ones as well. Let's see how we get on with look number 1. Alright guys, so let's get into look number 1 using the Carnival 3 palette. I'm thinking it's not really like a halo eye, but kind of a underbrow inner corner colour as well as the outer corner colour, and contrasting. So I actually really want to use Bloom, which is that super bright hot pink, and maybe Bamboo, which is like a murky green. It's not the brightest lime green. I will be using that as well, not in this look, or I might use it to blend out, I'm not sure, but I will be using that in a different look altogether. But this one here I really think will go well. So yeah, and some sort of shimmer on the lid. I think that'd be really nice, bright and fun and summery, and yeah, this palette makes me feel good. Looking at the colours just makes me happy. On my face already, I have my Skin Brows eyeshadow primer. I also have a bit of blush on because I used a cream, so I did that before I powdered, but I'll let you know at the end what I used as far as cheeks wise, and everything else is listed down below so you can see it there. So let's get straight into our look. Okay, so I'm going to start with Bloom. I always have to like move right out of the way. Bloom just here, and I'm going to use that on a BH Cosmetics Rose Gold number 6 brush. So not the biggest fluffy brush, which we will be using in a second. This is the slightly smaller one. Picking up some of that colour and really topping it off as well, because I don't really want any fallout since I have my base done already. So I'm just going to pop this on the outer corner, a little bit onto the lid if you want to. Don't worry about blending straight away. Oh, that colour is bright. Yeah, don't worry about blending straight away because I will be going in with another colour to blend, and I'm going to bring that about halfway across the crease because I want my green in here, and pink and green are contrasting colours, so the blend is going to be not as close together, if that makes sense. And if you don't know what contrasting colours means, it means that basically they're opposite on the colour wheel, means that they'll neutralise each other, so they can go a bit murky on the skin. So try not to blend them out or blend them into each other too much. I'm just going to pull this out a tiny little bit, nothing crazy, because when I blend I can do that there, but just a little bit because I do want a little bit of a wingy shape. That is so bright on camera. I feel like sometimes these kinds of colours in this palette, the camera is like struggling to really show the definition of because they're so bright. It's so pretty though. I love this kind of pink. Okay, so once I have that colour on, I'm going to go down to Hibiscus, which is a different kind of pink. It's a bit softer of a pink. It's still in the warmer side like Bloom, but it just has a little bit, I don't know, has a corally tone to it, but it's not a coral. It's kind of a rose. It's kind of a pink. I just think it's going to help blend it out. The other ones are a bit too purple, and I don't really want too much purple in the eye. I want to keep it pink. And I'm just going to use that to soften around those edges, just a little bit at a time, using the bigger fluffy brush. So this is a number 5 brush from that BH Cosmetics set. And then we can go in and wing this out because we're just using the lighter shade now. And it's mostly just around the edges. I want the focus to be that first pink colour. I just brought the lights in a little bit because the sun is like coming right through my curtains right now. I don't have blackout curtains. I just have average, normal curtains, so that when the sun is shining, it's beaming in and I just feel like I'm being really washed out. So that's how we're looking so far. I'm loving it already. I think it's fabulous. I think this is a really cute colour and I think it's so summery. So now what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to actually do the lower lash line a little bit, just because I want to get something on down there first. So we're going to go back into Bloom, the very first pink that we used, taking this on a MAC 214, and we're going to just run that right along the lashes on the bottom. But I'm only going to go about the width of the brush, a bit more than the width of the brush, kind of a third of the way, as if I was like haloing the bottom as well. Just make sure you're connecting out here. Okay, I've popped that on the lower lash line on both sides. I'm not going to blend it out just yet because I do have a little bit of fallout and I do want to reapply some under eye concealer. I don't set my under eye concealer anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I don't really mind. So that's what I'm going to do in a while. I'll blend it out then. What I'm going to do now is work on the green, which I'm very excited about. So we're going to go into the shade Bamboo up here. See, I was going to do like the, which one is it? Mango, this one here. But then I did pink and orange in my first impression. So I was like, oh, no, I won't do pink and orange. I will use those colours eventually. But Bamboo, I was like, I don't have an idea for you except for this. So that's what we're going to do. And I think it'll look really cool at the contrast. I'm going to take that on the MAC 221 brush. And I'm going to start kind of into the crease first with that. Don't worry about where it meets the pink just yet, but just work that up towards the brow. Oh, that's such a pretty colour. I feel like Key Lime is more what looks to be the kind of colour I tend to go for in a green. But on the skin, this is actually the kind of colour I go for in a green. More of that murky green. Murky as in limey murky, not khaki murky. I love it. Then just taking a clean 217 from MAC as well, and just like super lightly blend where the two meet. I'm using the very tips of the bristles, nothing crazy, because I don't really want them to blend into each other. I'm just trying to soften out any line that's there. And just take your blend slowly, but don't over blend. If you think it's kind of okay, it probably is fine. Bringing that kind of right down here, not really doing a full-blown halo, but just making sure that there's no harsh line or anything like that. Okay, so then I'm going to take that same shade Bamboo, and I'm just taking it on a really, really teeny weeny little brush here, and we're just going to pop that on that inner portion in here. The green colours kind of got on my inner corner area, and I don't really mind because it'll just add to the look, and I am going to add a highlight in there anyway. I don't think I'm going to put a shimmer on the lower lash line, so I'm going to just meet the two of these up. Now on the lower lash line, because it's a smaller area, they'll kind of look like they're blended together anyway, especially with my bottom lashes will kind of help the look of it as well. So we're just packing the colour on, don't worry about blending. Do the same as what you did on top, so just take like a cleaner brush and just flick over the two, and you should get something that will blend. It's a process of, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, so you just have to kind of go with it and see how that gets you. So now what I want to do is my shimmer. I'm going to use my NYX Glitter Primer like I always do. I'm just going to pop it on my finger because I don't want this to be crazy precise or anything like that. And this is just going to go on the bit where you've no colour. Doesn't matter if you get it on the pink, doesn't matter if you get it on the green. This is a very flowy kind of look, like I want them all to kind of flow into each other nicely. Then I'm just taking a MAC 512 SES brush, like a denser flat brush, but still not too fluffy. It's a little bit fluffy, but not really. And it came out with their Christmas collection, so I just have it. And then I think I'm gonna go with, had to think a little bit for a second. I even did a tiny little swatch of each color that I want to use. I was going to use Pearl because it has more pink in it, and it does reflect like a tealy green, this one up here. But I think I might do Vanilla, it flashes more this kind of green, and the base is quite neutral, so I think that would be nice. I can always layer them up a little bit. But I'm going to pop some of that on and press that over the lid. Yeah, that's pretty because it's the base is nothing really. It's kind of just a skin colour, and then has that little flash of green as you turn your head. Then just go back in with your respective brushes. So with the brush that we used for the darker pink, I'm going to use that just to soften into that. Like I said, we want it to be nice and flowy, so just making sure that they blend into each other, no harsh lines. And then go back in with a little bit of Bamboo as well, and then just use that to blend on this side here. Alright, so we are nice and tidied up, so let's do our little bit of blending on the bottom. So what I'm going to do first is take a tiny bit more of Bamboo. I'm going to take that on a 219 brush from MAC, just a pencil brush, and just make sure that there's no harsh lines in here, just to start. Nothing too fancy. So I'm going to take my 217 from MAC because there's very little product on it. I've put some on right now, but there's very little product on it because I just use it to blend out the edges. I didn't actually use it to apply anything. So we're going to use that on the shade Hibiscus, which is the lighter pink that we use to blend out the deeper pink on the crease. And I'm going to use that to just soften down here. Just overlap them just so that the blend is the same. Make sure you're connecting your blend as well. And again, you don't have to bring it down as far as I do. I just like that. I think that should be my catchphrase. Okay, and then a final little step, we're going to take the shade Vanilla again, what we used on the lid, just because, and I'm just going to pop that on the inner corner, just with the same brush we used for it, because it's the same colour. And the green will really come out now because it's popped over the green, so be very nice. Okay, so that is the look for the shadows done pretty much. I'm going to jump off, I'm going to finish off the eyes, do like mascara and lashes and all that kind of jazz, do the rest of my face. I'll come back and I'll let you know what I used. Alrighty guys, so this is how I have finished off the look. Let me quickly go through everything that I used on my face. I'm loving it. I'm feeling so summery, springy. Feel like a pink lemonade or something like that. I need to go sit in the sun and yeah, enjoy my life right now. So let me just tell you what I used my eyes. So I didn't do any liner on my upper lash line. I wanted to keep it very like blown out and soft looking, even though it's very bright. And I went with the NYX Epic Wear liner stick in the shade Chartreuse Flash, and I really like it. I think it's like a little pop but still light, and it's soft and it matches that greeny shade, and especially the shimmer mixed with the greeny shade I think matches really well. Then for my lashes I used my Clinique Lash Power Mascara on my top and bottom lashes, just you know, coat my lashes, and I really love it for the bottom lashes in particular. I think it's really nice. The wand is great. Then my actual lashes are the LA Splash Dauntless lashes in the style Stunner. This is the box of them. I think I need to get a new pair. I might do a couple of pairs actually. I need a few pairs I think of the LA Splash ones. Then onto cheeks. I went very soft, springy and glowy. Well, I mean, I always kind of do that. I went in with my Fenty Stalkr in the Sun bronzer, just to bronze up the face, give a little bit of shape, nothing too heavy. Then for cheeks, for the blush that I already had on pretty much at the beginning, was the Californ.I.A blush by 3 from Sleek. And I used this one here, which is Newport Peach. Kind of gives a sunburny sort of look to the skin. Still has enough pink in it. It looks quite orange here, but it does have enough of a corally pink in it that it just adds a nice little flush to the cheeks. And then for highlight, I use my Wet n Wild Megaglo highlighter in the shade Blossom Glow. It has a pink sheen off it. It's not a duochrome or anything like that, but it does have a pink sheen off it, and it's just beautiful. I love the textures. It's one of my favorites. And then my lip, I was like, will I just go bright pink like what we have going on the eye, or will I go soft and nude pink, or will I do a bit of both? And I decided on a bit of both. So what I started with was, first of all, I put whatever was after my foundation brush over my lips just to cancel out the colour of my lips naturally. And then I used the NYX lip liner in the shade Pale Pink. It's a super pale pink. I mean, it really doesn't give much definition. It just added a tiny little bit for my lips. Then my lipstick is the Creme Cup lipstick from MAC. Again, super soft, pale, natural pink. It has a little bit of warmth and it's not super candy floss baby pink or anything like that. It does have a bit of colour in it, but it's definitely cooler toned. And then I decided just in the centre to add a little pop of a brighter pink. I could have done like the bright pink and put the Creme Cup on top of it or anything like that, or done an ombre or something, but I haven't done a lip like this in forever and I really like it. I wanted like a juicy lip. I wanted it to be like a fruit. Is there a fruit that's this colour? I don't know, probably not. So I went in with Diva-ish, which is also from MAC. It's a creamy bright pink, kind of matches the one that Bloom from the palette, but I think it's been discontinued. But any bright creamy pink will do, whatever kind of colour. You could even put a bit of the shadow on the lip and mix it in and you'll get this kind of look. I've no gloss on, this is just the lip colour. Alrighty guys, so that is our look, our first look anyway, because we have 2 more coming up and they're fun and also bright. I don't think I'm going to be doing anything neutral with this palette really. There is neutrals in it if I want to, but I mean, it's summer. I've saved it for summer specifically because it's a super fun summery palette and I want to use all the colours in it. I know my 2 looks, one is going to be purple, one is going to be like the bluey greeny colours. I don't know which is next. So let's go into look number 2 to see which one is next. Okay, so let's get into look number 2 using the Carnival palette, and today I'm feeling purple. I'm feeling a different kind of purple smoky eye, if that makes sense, but it's still like a purple smoky eye. So I'm gonna actually use like these warmer toned purples, maybe a little bit of the black here, but on the lid, instead of going for like this shade, which I've already used, or like one of the lighter kind of more pinky tones, because these have a lot of pink in them, I'm actually gonna go for the cooler toned shimmer on the lid. I think that'll be pretty. I think it'll be weird and pretty, and I really like the idea of it. And I may even use this guy, which is like a duochrome, on the inner corner as well. But we're going to go big, bold, purple smoky eye. That's the way I feel right now. On my face already, I've got my skin, I have got my brows, my eyeshadow primer, faux freckles, and a little bit of bronzer on as well, because I used a cream bronzer, which I'll show you at the end. But let's get straight in. I am going to start with the stronger colours in the palette, because I found using these that if you go with the lighter shades and build them up, they don't layer up as well, so I'm going to do that. So I'm going to start with the shade Grape, and I'm taking that on a defined crease brush from Makeup Geek, and this is going to go on the outer corner, and you can see like there's a good bit of pink in that, and we're going to bring that right around in the crease. Don't worry about blending too much just yet, just make sure you get your intensity there. So next then I'm going to go in with Lilac up here, and I'm going to use that to blend it out. I literally have to like move myself out of the way so you can see the palette, but I'm going to take a Lilac. You could use Tahiti, which is a little bit cooler tone and a bit more purple and a little bit brighter, but I want to use Lilac because I think it'll be softer, it'll keep that warmer pinky kind of tone in it. And I'm going to take that on a Spectrum B07 brush. So picking that up, and we're going to use that to blend around the edges. Having a lot of fun with this palette, I have to say. Because there's so many colours in it, I want to do so many looks, but I obviously have a lot more other stuff that I want to film with as well. So I will definitely be pulling this out for, I don't know, I might need it for Halloween looks, I might need it for Christmas looks, I might need it for just get ready with me's, I might want to do 3 more looks, I don't know, 2 more looks or whatever, I don't know. But I am getting a lot of fun looks out of this, and I think it'd be fun to do like contrasting colors with it or something like that, which I've kind of already done with the pink one that I did. So this, it still keeps that purpley lilac-y sort of tone, as the name says, but the pink is still seen there, which I really like. And then I'm going to go back in with a little bit more of that grape shade once I'm happy with this blend. Okay, so I do want this to be a lot deeper, but I'm going to start with Twilight first, which, I mean, I don't really know if it's any deeper. Doesn't really look like it is. It actually looks like Grape is deeper. I just want to see. Is it? Yay? Nay? I think so, actually. I think it is. I mean, I think it's a different kind of tone, so it's making it look a bit darker. Like, is it? Or am I just imagining it? I don't know. But I'm just going to pop a bit of that on anyway. And I might just use a bit of black then to kind of deepen it up a little bit more. Then, just to deepen up a teensy bit more, I'm going to go in with Black Beach down here, which is the matte black. I haven't tried this black yet, and at this point I haven't even swatched it because I haven't done my swatches for my first impressions, because I am kind of pre-filming this a little bit. We'll just see how deep it is. I don't want the black to take over, I still want it to be purple. So just starting on the outer corner and bring it a tiny bit in, like just that much, and then I'll blend it out in a second. That's a really nice black. It's quite even when it's on. Some blacks can go a bit weird and patchy looking, and then once you put the other colours with them, they look okay. This actually goes on quite smooth. Then just picking up a little bit of Grape on that big fluffy brush, just because I'm after using the other one for my black, and then use that to soften out the black a little bit. So now what I'm going to do is work on my lower lash line before we do the fun shimmer, and I think we'll just kind of repeat everything I did. So I'm going to take Grape again, which is the brightest purple that I used in the crease. I'm taking that on a MAC 231, which is like a little lip brush, and I'm going to use that and run that right along the lower lash line. Try and get as close as you can to your lashes, connect on the outer corner, all the usual steps. Then I'm going in with a BH Cosmetics Rose Gold number 10 brush, just a little pencil brush. I'm going to go back in with Lilac, which was the shade we used to blend out the upper lid, and use that to blend out the lower lash line. And we'll just go as much as we want, as far as we want. You can do it kind of softer on the lower lash line if you wanted to, and really blow it out, or really make it dark. So we're going to just see how I feel. So I'm just taking a little bit more of Grape again and just re-intensify that on the lower lash line, because I do want it to be as dramatic as the top. Then on that same tiny brush, I'm going to take a little dab of Black Beach. I'm not picking it up again because it's just too much hassle. A little bit of Black Beach, just a dab, and we can work that in to the lashes on the lower lash line, like the way we've deepened it with the top. I'm not using Twilight because I really don't think it did much difference. So I'm going to go with my NYX Glitter Primer because that's what I like to use. And I'm going to take a Rose Gold number 7 brush from BH Cosmetics. Little flat, just whatever flat synthetic brush you have. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that glitter primer. I'm going to pop it on my finger because I don't necessarily want this to be too precise. You can do a cut crease with this, it would look stunning, but I want to be a bit more smoky looking. And I'm just pressing that on where we haven't really applied any colour. Don't go all the way out to the outer corner, but just to where you meet the dark shade on the outer corner. I'm going to take Amethyst, which is the cooler, more violet-y. Well, actually, to me it's more of a true purple, but compared to the others it looks more violet-y because it is a bit cooler toned. So taking that on that flat brush and pack that all over where we just applied the glitter primer, and that is such a pretty purple. This is definitely more of like a foiled kind of texture. I do find I have to not pick up a lot, but I'm going in like kind of section by section across my lid just to make sure it's super even. The glitter primer obviously helps. It's not a bad shade. It's not a bad shimmer in the slightest. It's actually a really nice shimmer. It's a very creamy sort of formula. It's just different than some of the other ones. Some of the other ones are a bit chunkier, and the one I'm going to use my inner corner is more chunky as well. Okay, so we have shimmer done on both sides. All I did then was take my brush just with whatever was on it, with the mixture of like the black and the grape on it, and use that just to tap around the edges of the shimmer just so it all blends nicely together. I also tidied up my under eyes as well. So now we're going to do the inner corner, and for that I'm going to take Starlight, which is this stunning purple, which I actually really also want to use on my lid as its own colour, but we're going to use it now as an inner corner because I think it'd be fun. It's quite a chunky, flaky kind of consistency with a slightly creamy base to it. It's a very weird consistency. I'm actually switching brush. I had just a small little lip brush kind of thing, but I think a bigger brush might be better just to press it on bigger areas straight away. And that's just going to go in the inner corner, and it kind of reflects that really pretty bluey periwinkle sort of colour. Alrighty, I'm going to jump off real quick because that is our shadows done for this look. So I'm going to jump off, finish off my face, do my liner, lashes, cheeks and lips, and I think I might do purple lip. I have to see if I can find one that I want to match this, and I will show you what I used after I'm done. Alrighty guys, so this is how I have finished off the look. It's very dramatic, kind of vampy, and I'm kind of in love with it. I really like how this turned out. The lip is a bit of a mixture of things, so I'll go through that in a second. But first, the eyes. So on my waterline I went with this because I think it's like the perfect purple to match that lid shade, and this is the LA Girl Shockwave Neon Eyeliner in the shade Vivid. Super bright, beautiful purple. I love it. Then I did do a wing liner as well, for that I used my NYX Epic Ink liner in black, just the pen liner. It's beautiful, really easy to use. I love it. And then my mascara is the Clinique Lash Power Mascara, like normal. It's what I've been using for the past few weeks and months, and I really like it. Also, then I got these actually because I ordered, I may have broken my palette ban, and I ordered these as well. These are the Cash Beauty Luxury Faux Mink Lashes. Crystal Nights is the set. So there's, 6 pairs of lashes in. I think it was like €23, which was really good. They're very dramatic, but dramatic in a way that I'm still willing to wear, because I don't always like ones that completely take over the eye. These don't, but they're more dramatic than I have been going for recently. So I actually went with the very first ones up top, the Twilight, and they're beautiful. They're super long. Like when I go like this, they're easily touching my eyebrows. Super long and very like that. But I really like it, especially for this look. I think it adds that real dramatic sort of look. I really like them so far. Had a nightmare with this one going on. This one went on like a dream, as per usual. Then onto cheeks, I used my Huda Beauty Tantour Contour and Bronzing Cream in the shade Fair. I used that to sculpt out my face a little bit. I did that right at the beginning. I was already on me when I started. My freckles was the Colourpop Freckle Pen in Soft Brown, I think. Yes, Soft Brown, the lighter one. There's 2 shades, there's a lighter and a darker, or a lighter and a warmer one. I use the lightest one. Then my blush is Bella Bamba, and I've realised I actually use this a lot when I do purple looks, because I think it's pink enough to go with the purple, but not so pinky red that it's going to take over. I really like how it looks with it all, and it's not one I use all the time, but I love when I do. And then for my highlighter, I used my Makeup Geek highlighter in Glitz, which has a slight pink tone to it. It's not a duochrome, it just has a slight pinky sheen off it, and it's super wet looking. Look how highlighty I am. I'm glossy. And then onto my lips. I knew I wanted purple. I didn't want to go like dark purple. I didn't want to go bright purple. I wanted something in between, and I had to kind of mix it to get there because I didn't fully have it. So I went in with this first. This is the KVD Beauty Everlasting Liquid Lip in the shade Eyeshadow, I don't know, that one. It's purple. It'll be listed down below so you can see it there. It was very lilac-y blue toned, but I knew it was going to happen. I just wanted this as like a base colour. Because then I went in with this guy, which is the NYX Metallic Lip Gloss in the shade Ooey Gooey, which is a beautiful purple. And yet this still was slightly too cool toned. I wanted to add a little bit of warmth in it because we have a nice warm pinky purple going on. So I went in with also a NYX Metallic Lip Gloss in the shade Sticky Fingers, which is a bright pink. I did like 3 dots of this on my lips, but it's mostly the other 2 shades, just to kind of add a little bit of warmth to the purple. Okay guys, so that is look number 2, and I love it. I'm loving this palette so far. I love how this look turned out. This is so fabulous and I really like it. Very easy to use, very fun palette to use. I'm enjoying it. So let's see how we get on with look number 3. Oh, it's gonna be, I think I'm doing blue and green. Oh yay, I get to play with the greens. Alrighty guys, so let's get straight into look number 3 using the Carnival 3 palette from Bperfect and Stacey Marie. It's so big I always have to move it out of the way, so I'm only going to pick it up when I need to. But we're basically going to use these colours here, so a bit of the blue, teal, the green and the key lime. I might not use Tropics, I might just keep with these ones, but I might add Tropics in if I need to. Definitely want to use Tahiti Green. That was, oh sorry you can't see that, Tahiti Green. That was the first one that I needed to put on my face, but I still haven't put it on yet. So yeah, I think we're just going to do a super tropical blue-green kind of look, and I'm excited. I've kind of matched my top and I've got like seashell jewellery on and all that kind of jazz. So yeah, I only have foundation, brows and eyeshadow primer on right now, and all the products are listed down below so you can see what I use there. And I just want to start. I'm so excited to start with these colours. I've been thinking about this look since I got this palette. So I'm going to start with the shade Key Lime, which is that super bright, almost neon limey colour. And I'm going to take that on a 221 brush from MAC. And that's going to go on the inner crease. So as I'm kind of looking straight into my mirror, I'm just going to pop this on this inner part in here, because I wanted to get more blue as we get out this side and keep all the green kind of in here if I can. And I'm blending it up high enough because I want it to be seen when we do... I am going to do a cut crease, by the way, I forgot to say that. So I want it to be seen. Okay, it's a little bit of a thin texture, but it's fine. Like, it works really well and it goes on really well. It's just a thinner formula than other limey greens that I have, but it is kind of the nature of that kind of tone anyway. So now what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to take a bit of Tropics because I do want to deepen that up. So that's this green here, just a little bit. I don't want too much. I don't want this to take over. I want it to be more that bright color. It's so hard to get this in camera, oh my god. Taking that on the same brush that I just used, and then just use that to deepen in the crease. So imagine where you're gonna have your cut crease be. We're gonna apply it along that line and blend it upwards, and just keep building it up until you're happy with it, because I still want some definition in here. Kind of makes it look a little bit neon with that color layered on top. I really like it. Okay, so then we're going to take Reef, which is this kind of teal shade. It's coming up very blue on camera. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that properly at all. It's a lot more teal. So I'm going to take some of that on a BH Cosmetics Rose Gold number 6 brush. So it's not the biggest fluffy brush from that set. It's the next one down from that, because I will be using the biggest one in a second. And then I'm going to use that right next to where those greens end. And this will be like our lead into the blue. It shouldn't be very hard to blend green into blue, by the way, because there is blue in green. So I'm just making sure the colour is packed on, but leaving a gap out here because this is where I want the blues to be. Okay, so now, as I said, very weird order. So what I'm going to do now is actually take this guy down here, which is the deepest blue. But we're just going to press this on that very outer corner out here first. I just want to build this in a little bit, get the colour intensity out here. Not blending this colour out just yet. Just get that little kind of dot of colour in there. You can bring a little bit through that teal as well, just to deepen it up. That's what I feel like doing right now. Let's go back in with my teal brush first, just to get that blend between the teal and the navy. Nice. Okay, you can very easily just take that teal colour and use that to blend, which I was thinking about doing, but I really want to use the Lagoon shade, which is that really bright matte blue just here. Going to take that on a, what are you, number 5 brush from that BH Cosmetics Rose Gold set, the bigger fluffy brush. I'm just taking a dab, and we're just going to use that kind of more along the outer line here to buff that out. When I do my concealer and all that kind of stuff, it'll look more not all over the place out here, but for now I just want to get my blends and my textures all nice. This side's getting out of hand for some reason. This side wasn't as difficult, but it's getting a bit difficult on this side. So I'm just taking a clean brush. This is just a duo fiber, whatever kind of blending brush you want to use. So that dark blue was blended out a bit further than I wanted it to. You see that? It almost looks like a hook's like around like that. Kind of fixed it up, but I'll continue to blend after my concealer and all is on once I have an idea of the shape that I want to go for. So now what I'm going to do is actually cut my crease and do that business first. Trust the process. This is not how it's going to finish. Just trust me. Trust me. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with my P. Louise base. This is in 01. So not the white, not the lightest one. The one after that one. And I'm going to take this on a rose gold BH Cosmetics number 7 brush. It's a flat synthetic brush. And I'm loading that up with that base, and we're just going to use this to do a half cut crease. And I always like to press it all over the lid just to make sure that that's nice and even, and then take a little bit more on the tip of the brush and then use that as your edge line. I start by just kind of tapping it first, and then I'll go in and like pull it through. Okay, so now with that on, I'm going to take Tahiti green, which I've been very excited to use. It's the shimmery lime green, and I'm just so excited. I'm just taking this on a flat brush. Any old flat brush will do. And that's just going to go over that entire base. Where is the colour? Why is it not coming out? That's better. I'm finding these colours, especially the shimmers as well, getting a lot of hard pan, which I don't find after like the first use a lot of the time with other shadows. I have to really get in there and get product up. It's not a huge deal, but it means that if you want to fix hard pan, you have to scrape away a whole layer of shadow, which can be annoying. We're going to take the small little brush that I used for the dark blue, take a little bit more of that dark blue, and then we're just going to dab over where it meets that green. They should blend easy enough because, again, like I said, there is blue in green, so you should get a nice blend. So to start the lower lash line, I'm going to go back in with the deep, which is that darkest blue, and I'm going to take that on a 214 from MAC, my small little smudgy brush that I love, and I'm just going to run that along the kind of, what way will I do it? Will I do, say, the outer half of the lower lash line just for now, and just get that as close as you can get to the lashes. Okay, so now with the lower lash line, all that's have to be done is kind of blend that dark blue out and add a lighter one of the, maybe the limey green or something like that on the inner part of the lower lash line. So I'm going to actually do that after I've cleaned up. So I'm going to go and tidy up my lower lash line or my under eyes and add a bit of concealer. I might do a bit of cream bronzer and blusher and all that kind of jazz. Kind of finish my skin a little bit, and then I'll come back. Okay, so I have done my skin. I did bronzer and blusher, but I'll go to that at the end, and we're going to buff out this lower lash line. But before we do that, I want to add a bit of green down there. So I'm going to take Tropics again, which is that mid-tone green that we used on the inner part of the eye. Taking some of that. This is just a Real Techniques lip brush. Just any little small brush will do. I'm just going to apply this really close to the lashes on the inner corner here. Not inner corner, inner lash line on the bottom. Lower lash line, that's the one I'm looking for. Okay, so I've cleaned off my little pencil brush that I use to kind of finesse the crease a little bit more, and I'm going to take the shade Key Lime, which is that super bright neon green, and I'm just going to use that to blend out the lower lash line a little bit. And then I'm just going to use another pencil brush here, and I'm going to go into Reef, which is the more teal looking one. So just use that, overlapping that deep blue. I'm blending into the green a little bit as well. So now what I'm going to do, just to finish everything off, I'm going to take a smaller kind of brush, just like whatever small brush you have. I'm going to take Vanilla, which is this shade here, which is kind of like a nude shade with a green reflect off it. And I think that's going to be perfect for this look, just as my inner corner. And I'm just popping that on the inner corner, and the kind of nudiness will sort of fade off, especially with these colours. And the green shift will just stay as it hits the light. Oh yes, I am loving this. So I'm gonna jump off. I am gonna finish off my eyes, do my liner, lashes and all that kind of jazz. Am I gonna do a wing liner? I think I will do a wing liner because it's quite a wingy look. And some lashes. Most of my cheeks are done, but I'll tell you all that afterwards. And I have to pick a lip, which I think I might go for a nice soft peachy lip. Alright guys, so this is how I finish off my look. I love how this turned out, and I went for a bit of a colour on the lip. Is that like not a bright colour, not a dark colour, but something. So I'm going to quickly go through everything that I used on my face. For my eyes, my waterline is the LA Girl Shockwave Neon Eyeliner in the shade Electric. Super bright blue, kind of matches that brighter blue on the outer corner. And then I did do a winged liner on the upper lash line. I used my Physicians Formula Eye Booster 2-in-1 Lash Boosting Eyeliner and Serum in Ultra Black, just a liquid liner. Then my mascara is my Clinique Lash Bar Mascara, which I've been using for a while now. And my lashes, I went for the Pixie looks from House of Lashes. So they're just quite crisscrossy, but soft as well. I just wanted it just to be seen a little bit above the liner, just to open the eyes a little bit more. Then onto cheeks, I used my Huda Tantour Contour and Bronzing Cream in the shade Fair. Bit of warmth just because it is summer and all that jazz, and we went for mermaidy vibes. And then as far as blush goes, I went in with my Sleek Blush by 3 in the palette of California. And I went in with this one here, which is Newport Peach, and it just gives that really nice kind of sunburnt, corally kind of look to the cheeks, and I really like it. I went ham with it, but it was fine. It was cream, I blended it, it was okay. And then for highlight, I went in with All Reliable. This is the MAC Extra Dimension Skin Finish in Double Gleam. Super nice, champagne-y, icy, not icy, more, it is a warmer tone for a very pale skin though. And then for lips, I knew I wanted to do like a pinky peach, but I didn't think it was going to be this bright, and I'm actually really liking how this looks, and it's a bit of a concoction. So for pencil, I have got my Sleek Twist Up Lip Pencil in Shabby Chic, just like a rosy pink, but it does have a good bit of pink in it, so don't be fooled, but I will use that just to define my lips a little bit. And then my actual lipstick is the Inglot, what are you? It's a Slim Gel, I think is what it's called, lipstick in the shade 56. So super, it's basically that exact colour, kind of brighter than this as well, because to peach it up a little bit, just a tinge, like teeny weeny bit, I actually use this guy here, which is the MAC Dazzle Glass in the shade Tangerine Tropica. Looks quite bright there, but on it's quite sheer, and just added a hint of warmth to it, and I think that really made it much better. Alrighty guys, so that is our 3 looks 1 palette using the Carnival 3 from BH Cosmetics and Stacey Marie, the Love Tahiti Palette. I don't know what name to call it really because there's so many names. It is our beautiful, glorious, super vibrant, colourful palette. I wouldn't call it a rainbow because there's no yellow. That's the only one I'm missing, is a yellow. I wouldn't call it a rainbow, but it's nearly a rainbow, and it's just super bright, colourful and fun. Some textures are a bit off, some are great, some colours are beautiful in this, and I haven't used everything because there is, how many? There's 40 shadows in this, and I haven't used them all because that's impossible to do it in just 4 looks. So I will probably bust this out a little bit more in Get Ready With Me's or IGTVs if I decide to do them, or whatever you guys want to. If you want to see any more things, let me know. If you did like this video, then give me a big thumbs up down below. It's the quickest, simplest and easiest way to give me a little bit of support, get me around to more people, and also let me know you like this kind of video. And a lot of work goes into these videos, so I would very much appreciate that. Also, leave me a comment down below, let me know which look was your favourite. I'm partial to this one, which I didn't think I was going to be, but I really like that purple look I did. And that pink and green one was really cute as well. I don't know. I'm feeling this one though because I have it on me right now. So I'm going to say this one right now, but it could change. I don't know. So you let me know down below what yours is. And also if you have this palette, if you want me to do any more videos, let me know down below as well. And hit subscribe down below, like I said at the beginning, because that's where you will get to see many more things coming up. I have so many palettes and I can't stop buying my palettes, and I have a problem, and someone needs to stop me and take my bank card away from me. Take the money away from me and just feed me. That's all someone should let me do because I can't be trusted. Also, my Instagram pictures will go up of this sometime after this video goes live. I don't know, could be a week, could be 2 weeks, could be 3 weeks, who knows, could be the next day, I don't even know. It will go up eventually, so if you go follow my Instagram down below, you will get to see that there. And I also throw up the odd fun thing in my stories that you can either vote on or see, or just random stuff that I'm up to as well. So yeah, I will see you in the next video guys. Bye.